next morning. I don't know, morning. It's kind of late morning.
It's a late morning.
Our goal was to do this early morning, but we got our watering done. And the reason we didn't do the video first thing was because you noticed that.
So we spent a lot of time out here yesterday, and I had another project going on, and I didn't realize how much footage I actually had. And unfortunately, I have other memory cards, but they're full of stuff that I want to backlog and save. I didn't realize we shot so much. So I had no room, and I had to erase some stuff this morning.
So we had to wait for that to get going this morning, but very important that we show you the next. I wanted to go ahead and show the next day, even though the sun, it actually works out. You know, the camera will pick, I'm sure it'll pick up the colors.
Definitely.
I just wanted you guys to see the colors. And sometimes when the sun is super out, like very, very hot already, you can't see color, but I'm sure
you could definitely see it.
I'm sure you can see. So I think it works out. I wanted you guys to see how it looks right now the next day. We'll explain why. It's very important that we were kind of scared about the plants.
Oh, yeah.
But let's go ahead and show you. Okay, we couldn't do it yesterday because as y'all can see, we were done.
Yeah,
The kids were done, we were done. So let's go ahead, grab the camera, and show you what the plants look like on the next day.
Yep.
So for now, I guess we're calling this the circle garden.
Yeah.
Has a lot of meaning. We'll talk about it more in a little bit. But look at this. Everybody is happy. I really watered them, deep watered them. We deep watered yesterday, but this morning they got another good drink. I might have to fill in a little bit mulch here and there and place a few stepping stones to get to places, unless Ambrose puts drip in here.
We're definitely going to put drip in here.
But the roses are in. That's something I'm very, very excited about. These are roses that Proven Winners Color Choice Shrubs sent to us. How many years ago would you say?
Just a couple years. So that one right there was about 3 years ago.
Yes.
This one right here was 2 years ago. This is crema, right?
No. Those are the pink ones. So that is Ringo Double Pink.
And then this one over here is Flavorette Apricot.
Yes, that's a very recent one.
So that one's last year.
And then we got this one over here that is called Double Pink.
Double Pink, yeah.
I love those so much, and I couldn't wait to have them planted in the ground. So they're happy. As you can see, I'm very excited for the apricot one. It decided to bloom. I'm all over the place, I'm sorry. It decided to bloom. Very pretty, and it already has more buds. So I can't wait to start, once they're set in, the roots are happy, they spread. They just start to do their thing. Of course, in the middle, let's go ahead and do the middle. I should have started with the middle. Those are salvias, and those are the...
Rockin' Plain Blues?
There you go, Rockin' Plain the Blues. That's one of our favorite salvia. And, they were struggling in those containers. We got those really early in the season. So they were ready to come out of there. But as you can see, they're fine, they're happy. They're just going to need a lot of water in the beginning. 2 weeks, for the next 2 weeks, a really good watering every day. Okay, so next we went ahead and put some Uvovalis.
Blew my mind.
Blew my mind. I cannot believe I was forgetting the name of it. Blew my mind. Something we've been very excited to grow here.
I'll go over here because these have some blooms.
It was a plant that we've grown for almost everywhere, every garden we've been growing. But it wasn't doing that great for us in Virginia because our area was very shaded. These guys love the sun. So all these plants are for full sun and for intense heat, guys. They will do amazing in very hot climates. Let's go with the silver plants. We dabbled with different ones. Now, we doubled with different of the silver colored plants because that one right there is licorice. I think that's what it's called.
Yep.
Silver Falls Decandra. And then this over here is
Good old Dusty Miller.
Dusty Miller. Can't go wrong with Dusty Miller. And those plants are really good. Silver plants are they can really take a beating in really hot, full sun. I just wanted to see their growth habit out here, what they were going to do. And the kids love that color of plant because it's just so different. So we went ahead and just stuff that we had here and there that we had bought in the beginning of the season and things that we brought along with us, we just went ahead and stuffed in there. Speaking of things that we did bring with us too from the last garden, the roses and the coleus. That is mini watermelon coleus. That one right there we brought with us from the last garden. We had it in the front bed. And it did amazing. I fell in love with it. It's a more compact and smaller coleus, and it's for sun and it's for shade, and it's doing amazing. I was a little scared, especially that one that I've had this one in a plastic bag. I don't know if Ambrose picked that out when I did the video. I had it sitting in the water because it's literally been, and I'm not happy that I did this, but with so much going on, things just happen. I had it in a plastic bag with soil for like the longest time. The bag had no hose. I just had it like that because coleus does well in water. And it's just been living there. It went through, since late summer,
Yep.
fall here, and all through winter. And it's been doing great. So we found it this season in the nurseries. And I said, let's go ahead and put a little bit of that in there, which take us now because of the red. So it's doing great. That's what we were a little worried about.
Yep.
Because of how hot it is already. And then we have, because I put red there, I went ahead and dabbled. We placed some lantana in red. So this is a variety called Carlos Lantana. I think that's the right name.
Yep, Lantana Carlos.
And we were looking for red because originally I just wanted kind of a red, white, and blue theme. But it's nice to do red, white, and blue. I love to do red, white, and blue and dabble in here some other colors like oranges, apricots, and pinks. And but this guy didn't have any lantana in red. It's very popular here where we're at in San Antonio. So this is the next one I found that we saw. And I went ahead and bought only 2 because lantana grows. And
Yep.
This is like a weed here in San Antonio, Texas. In hot climates, it'll take off. So I know it'll fill in really well. And then we got another type of lantana. I think it's called confetti lantana.
Yes, that one's confetti.
And that's actually Angelina's favorite. I asked the kids, I don't even think we had the camera on when we did that. I asked everybody what was their favorite flower. And our oldest daughter, Angelina, she loves pink, but she liked that. And I got that one because it has yellow, but it has a little bit of red in there with orange.
Yep.
I thought that would be fun. And then last is the Portulaga. What side do you want to show?
I can show them both. Here's this one right here.
So, look at that. I love Portulaga. We actually planted Portulaga in the past garden as well. And we did the red Portulaga. Look at that. I just dabbled in one there and one over there because where we went was sold out, the kind that I like to buy. So I said, it's okay. Let's just do those 2.
Yep.
So it's getting hot. Maybe we should go sit down and talk a little bit more about it. I just wanted to show you.
Yep.
We're very excited. I want y'all to see the bird bath that we have in there. It means a lot to us. This used to be Ambrose's grandmother's bird bath. May she rest in peace. We want to talk about it. It means a lot to us. The kids were very excited to have it in the garden and make it part of our garden. So I think we should sit down and go ahead and have a little chat about the garden.
Yep. All right, so in the shade now, relaxing.
Cool now.
And we'll get to that in a little bit. But first off, I did want to talk about, every year since we started YouTube, I think pretty much every year we've done a planting with the family, right?
Planting.
Around Memorial Day. And this doesn't change since we moved here. This actually got planted on Memorial Day, so we want to hope that everybody had a wonderful Memorial Day, and I wouldn't say celebrate, but we hope that everybody had a day of remembrance because that's what this circle garden represents. It represents the ongoing remembrance and memorial of those in the past, present, and even future, because we know that things will eventually happen. But it's to commemorate and memorialize those things like that.
Yeah. In our families, we have also, more that are, more family that's in the military.
Yep.
Ambrose's grandfather, your Appa,
Yep.
as well, from both sides.
Yep.
And I mentioned your grandfather, which you call your Appa because of the bird bath.
Yeah. So craziest thing, we talked about it. The bird bath, definitely a memorial type garden. We're not naming it yet. We don't know what we're naming it, but we originally went with the plan to do a fountain there.
We were going to get a fountain, which we didn't know we were going to get a fountain, but it happened that way because we didn't even know we were going to do a garden, first of all.
Yeah.
Meaning because the first year you really just want to go around and see what's, let the year happen and see how it's really going to be here. It's new to us. But anyways, we headed off to, it's all military right now, because I'm going to say we headed off to our military exchange and to get some groceries that day. And we found outside they have a little area, garden
center. They have a garden outdoor section there.
And they had these water features, and they were fountains.
Yeah.
And the price was just unbelievable. And if anybody that's military out there, you guys know that, they give good prices when you go over.
You couldn't beat it. Unfortunately, we had to talk about it.
We didn't know because I told Ambrose, well, it is a big piece.
Yeah.
It is a big piece. I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't know if I want to have a fountain yet or what type of fountain I want. What's the kind of style I want to go with? Because we are in San Antonio and this touches deep into our roots. And I kind of want to bring that to the garden.
Long story short, we took too long. We went back to go get it and it didn't happen. It. I thought it happened on the same day, but it actually didn't. I went to go help my mom change a tire on the car.
Yeah.
And
it was, I think, it wasn't that same day?
No, it wasn't the same day.
It was around those days.
It was within the time frame of when we missed out on the fountain. But I went to go help change a tire, and after I got done changing the tire, my mom was like, hey, take that bird bath. And because I was bummed out about not losing out on... Yeah, because they didn't have the fountain anymore there. So I grabbed the bird bath, and it has a crack in it, and it seems a little bit older, but little did I know what my mom told me was that it belonged to my grandmother, my ama, which is what we call her. And so my ama's she passed away in 2010.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing was I wasn't around to attend the funeral. I got to see her in her last days. I deployed literally the week after we got back from visiting her. So I wasn't able to attend the funeral. But it's a bird bath that belonged to my grandparents. And I think it's awesome that I'm able to have
she's somebody
that
she's very present with us.
Yeah.
So the garden, to have that in the garden, oh my goodness, that just completely, I didn't care no more about the other fountain. It was going to be flashier and bigger.
Yeah.
But that just completely I didn't care no more. Sometimes it's the things that mean something to you.
Yeah.
And that brings back to his Appa, her husband.
Yeah.
He was in the military as well.
Yep.
So it's perfect.
Yeah, it's awesome that I'm able to have that here in my home.
It's perfect. It all just comes together.
Yeah. So that's the story behind that and why we went with the circle garden. Now let's talk about planting day.
First off, we're crazy, and we've done this before. You want to tell them how hot it was?
I will post a photo of what my phone said, but it was 103 degrees. Actually, well, at the time it was, but the photo that I have, it probably says 98 degrees, but it still felt like 108 out here. Yeah.
We hit triple digits. Now, before we get going, I'm going to tell you something, guys. Okay, we've done this before where we've planted in the heat. We've planted on very hot days, and we're forced to bring out a garden in hot days as well before Virginia. So we've done this before, so we know how to take care of ourselves. So I want to first off say this. We are not advising ever at all to be out in triple digits planting. And I'm not even talking about the plants. I'm talking about us as humans, as people. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Make sure you are hydrated. I'm not talking about you just started drinking the water that day.
Yeah.
make sure you are hydrated.
Definitely take care of yourself, because I know we have a lot of new followers, especially from Texas, and even some from here at home.
Texas, you guys know. You guys know in the South.
You know, some of you guys may think, man, we are crazy, but I've been used to running for the last 20 years. I've been hydrating for the last 20 years, and the family does as well. We buy lots of water. We drink plenty of water. I wouldn't suggest anybody come out here and plant like this. I mean, it's something that I know that we're hydrated, we're good, we're going to be able to sustain it. But
the kids were hydrated. Yeah. We're all, you know, we know what we know what we're doing. I just wanted to go ahead and say something, because especially if there's any health concerns that you have or you're worried about, don't. We're all, you know, thank God we're all healthy. We knew, you know, that we didn't have everybody out here the whole day as we were preparing the bed either. That didn't happen like that.
Not just that though, but the stress on the plants. That was one of the things
that now let's talk about the
Angie
plants.
was talking about. I had a dream last night that the coleus didn't make it in the sun.
So you, that is hilarious, because that's who we were. That's the one plant we were worried about. The coleus. So okay, the plants that we planted in there, they are heat tolerant and drought tolerant. So they're fine. They can be planted when it's hot. It's fine. The coleus, on the other hand, it is a heat tolerant coleus, but coleus will show.
It'll show you quickly
signs of shock immediately.
But the great thing about this coleus is Coleus King, a gentleman who creates all these coleus for many companies. We see his videos, we see his posts all the time, and he grows these in Florida in the hot sun. So we know that
they can handle it.
To some extent, if it's labeled as sun or shade, it's going to handle the sun. And it's just a matter of watering. And so we've had that one that Angie was talking about that we brought from the other house.
I fell in love with that one. Mini watermelon, I think.
It's been sitting in the sun, so I know it's going to do great. My dream wasn't about that one. My dream was about the 3 that we bought in the store, because we know that it's different when you buy them. And they're
at the nursery?
Yep, in the nursery. Sometimes they're under shade cover, sometimes they're not. So it could be a little bit finicky, but I think in time
I thought we were, because we didn't have time. We found the coleus like maybe, a day or two before we were going to do the planting. So I didn't have time to get them used to the full sun the whole day.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy that they're doing amazing. They didn't care.
Yep.
So all the plants are great for, you know, if you're crazy enough to be planting in the South, you know, at this time now. What is the magic? Because we always think about the plants, but we don't think about the magic, what really makes it happen to get these plants going and pulling through challenging conditions, climate conditions. Our Spoma Organic, guys. If I got to tell y'all, it's gold for me. I always called Biotone gold. That's what we sprinkled in there. So first of all, we had to give the soil, we had to amend it with some good stuff.
We amended it with land and sea compost, which this soil is great to plant in.
The pH is perfect.
The pH is great. It drains well. But we want a little bit more organic matter, because
for flowers.
We're going to put some shrubs and flowers, and that's going to take up a lot of nutrients right away. And because it's very dry here, we want to be able to provide as much nutrient we can, so when we water, they're getting what they need. And so that's one of the things. And like Andy said, the Biotone, like it's been a long time, and I'm not over exaggerating, but it's been a long time since we actually lost a plant.
Yeah.
And even in the coldest conditions, in the hottest conditions.
We've transplanted like crazy for years things.
And Biotone is I stand by the product. I mean, it does what it says it's supposed to do, and it prevents transplant shock and whatever other shock you can think of when it comes to plants. It does its job, and it does it well.
I love how it does the job, like Ambrose said, you know, at the time where the plants need the help, but also throughout the whole time they look so healthy, you know, the leaves, the color of the flower, the plant, foliage, everything. And that's why I love it. And I just can't do any other feed. I can't feed anything else to these plants, because it just works great. So that's the magic right there. A lot of people always, when they see our plants, they're like, why are they so colorful? Why are they so vibrant? It's the magic. That's what I call it. It's a Spoma Organic, what we put in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something that we're going to continue to use, you know, from in the past until forever.
Now, you know, along goes the care, watering.
Yep.
Watering is very important. You got to have a routine. For us, our routine is, it doesn't matter what time of day you do it, guys, as long as it's a routine. It would be better off when it's cool that you do the watering early
Yes.
in the morning or in the evening. What is, like here, so humid, you don't want that water just to evaporate when it's hot and the plants are already stressed. That you're
Yeah.
going to lose plants like that. I like to water. We like to water first thing in the morning. I'm talking, we're at 5:30
Yeah.
up. We're out here already. It's also a lot less, what is it called, beating on us from the
Yeah.
sun as well. You
Yeah.
know, you enjoy it. Now, we're watering by hand still because we still haven't done a drip system. We'll talk about that later, but
I've got all this stuff going. I just haven't done the video yet.
that's very helpful in
been,
summer.
It's been hot. It's too dark to do it early in the morning, and it's too hot to do it when there's daylight. So I need to pick and choose what time I do it. But I will have a video on that soon because we do want to
It's
get drip
important.
going because it's very important. It's getting very, very hot here.
And you waste less water
yeah.
in that way too.
Yeah.
But yeah, early morning, we're out here, we're watering the whole garden. I don't give the plants any time to feel the extreme heat and for them to start wilting. No way in the world.
Yep.
I deep water everything, and that's it. That's how we have them dead. Come in deadhead, whoever needs to be deadheaded. Plants like roses, things like that. We will be feeding them pretty soon. I think we do some rose tones soon for those. We'll do a video on that so y'all can see. We can talk more about it. But
So I know this video is kind of getting long, but
probably going to be long.
before we go, I do want to address something because if you see in the video, it looks kind of like a desert here. It's Texas. It's hot. The grass is not performing too well, and I want to address the grassing because somebody asked, what are we doing about the grass? Well, the grass is something that I definitely want to work on, and I want the grass to grow, but
You can have green here.
you can
in
have
grass.
green. We don't want to invest in the grass, and I know it sounds counterintuitive to what we're doing, but we would rather get the garden set up. We'd rather get anything we want done before I start investing in grass.
The layout. We want to
Yes.
have the layout first instead of just
Yeah.
going ahead and growing the grass and then we just destroy it with everything we're doing.
Yes.
Or if we change minds on where we want beds or things like that, we don't want to do that yet.
So it all comes to water waste, right? We want to water what we need to water as far as the gardening beds that we've already done, the plants that we already have. We want that to get all the water. I don't want to start watering grass and start growing grass all over the place. If I'm just going to chop it up, then it's just a waste of gallons of water, and that's something we don't want to do.
So a lot of color, very happy with everything.
Very satisfied.
A lot of goodness for the pollinators. They're already going crazy all over the place with all the flowers. Plenty of flowers for them. The birds, they have a place to come and bathe in the bird bath and get water, plus the pollinators as well. We get to see it from our home, the big window there, the what is it, the back door.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a view. It's, you know, the garden's not it's not ready at all. But,
by no means is it complete, but it's that's what makes it fun.
and we had a blast.
Gardening's never finished.
Yeah, and it's a new garden. We just wanted to do something, get it going, start somewhere. And we did. The kids wanted something, they had a blast, and that's what matters.
Yeah. So definitely exciting. But close this video out, like I said, we did this on Memorial Day. Obviously, it's the next day. We want to show you how the plants did, but I did want to take some time, like I said, to talk about, you know, just because it's just one day to celebrate Memorial Day, or not even celebrate, to memorialize Memorial Day. It shouldn't just be one day. It should be, I think it should be all the time. Not a month, not a couple months. It should just be all the time, because if you don't know what a Ghost Star family is, Ghost Star families are families that have been left without a service member who died in active duty service. And there are many children out there that will never get to see their fathers or mothers. Many families that will grow without, you know, a stabilized family. And I just want to keep that in memory, because I've obviously had friends, fellow Marines, that are no longer here, but it should be a time to remember all the time. For those of you that said thank you to me, not to sound rude, but it's not a thank you to me, not this time. There's a day for that. Right now it's a time to memorialize, and I just want to keep that fresh in everyone's heart. This is something that we do every year since we started doing YouTube, and we will continue to do it out of respect.
This is not for clicks, for views.
Yep.
This is because we really feel it. And I get emotional, but every day I thank God that he's home, that he came home I was pregnant while
Yep.
while he was gone, and I had my baby.
Yep.
We had my baby was born while he was deployed. So I thank every day that he's here with us.
So, again, that's going to do it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.